An advisory has been issued from the Maine Office of Cannabis Policy about 5 different strains of medical cannabis sold by MarijuanaVille. The strains are called Denti Honey, Orange Kush Breath, Pineapple Mimosa, Raw Honey, and Sexy Sally. According to OCP, these strains were tested and shown to have unsafe levels of pesticides. Officials say people who inhale these strains could experience repository irritation, neurological effects, and flu-like symptoms. MarijuanaVille has 12 stores throughout Maine, including Bangor, Augusta, Gardner, Orland, Reedfield, Waterville, Winslow, and Unity. OCP began an investigation after receiving a complaint from a patient about an adverse health reaction from a strain purchased at the Waterville location. To read the full advisory from OCP, there will be a link in the story on our website.